Hello, and welcome to the first video lesson for Mr. Mac's music class. If you're here, then you've made it to class. Today we'll be talking about the musical language of solfege. Solfege is a relatively simple language. It's only 7 words. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and then it repeats back to the first word, do. This language will help us to know where we are as we sing a piece of music, or if we are trying to write our own melodies in our heads. Our first word, or note, is do. Sing it with me. Do. Do is going to be a very important note as we create our own melodies. Do serves as our home, both start and end to our melodic journey through the 6 other notes. Beginning and ending with do will give our listeners a feeling of departure when we leave it, and a sense of arrival when we return. So it's best to get a good feel for do before we learn the other notes. Let's sing do a couple times. Do, 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 do. Let's change the words. Instead of saying do, we'll still get the same sound of do, but we'll change the words to maybe something like this. How are you? Try it. How are you? When you replace the words, it should sound kind of robotic, like when you hear a cartoon robot talk. It sounds like they lack emotion compared to the human voice, and that's because, unlike the fluidity of the human voice, moving higher and lower as we speak, a robot's voice remains constant, the same pitch, over and over and over again. Try to get that robot sound as you practice singing do. Maybe go back and sing with me in the video a few times. So with that in mind, let's keep our footing by moving step by step. Moving by step means moving from one note to the note adjacent, or directly next to the starting note. Let's move by step from do to do's neighbor, re. Here's what re sounds like. Do, re. Let's go back and forth between do and re to get the feel between the difference of do and re. Do, re, do, re, do, re, do, re, do, re, do, re, do. Again, we can replace the words. Maybe something like this. How are you? I am fine. Things should start to sound a little less robotic now, and that's good. Let's sing re one more time. Maybe you can do it without having to start on do. Let's try. Re. If you matched me there, you're correct. Make sure not just the word is matching. I can say re a bunch of different ways. Re, 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 re. But you gotta make sure it's the right pitch too. Make sure it matches. It should sound pleasing. Re. Let's go back to do. Do. As long as you know where do is, you can figure out the rest of the notes. Alright, now let's take another step towards me. Here we go. Do, re, mi. Good, we just walked up to me. We took 2 steps towards it. We can also walk it back down. Mi, re, do. We can do it together, kind of like walking up and down the stairs. Do, re, mi, re, do. Nice. And again, let's replace the words. How are you? I'm fine. Try that again. How are you? I'm fine. Much less robotic now. We're starting to sound natural and smooth, like we're really starting to walk. Now that we've learned how to walk, do to re to mi, let's learn to run, or as we say in music, leap. Let's cut out re and leap from do straight to mi. But before we get carried away, we must be sure to keep our footing. Let's first just sing re really quietly as we walk from do to re to mi. So we're going to sing do and mi at the same volume we were before, but re will be dropped down, so it's almost impossible to hear it. This will help get our mind ready for the big leap between do and mi. Let's try walking up to mi with re almost silent. Do, re, mi. Good, now let's walk it back down. Mi, re, do. Put it together. Do, re, mi, re, do. Good. Now Now let's take out re all together. Don't even sing it. Just think it in your head. Here we go. Do, mi, do. Nice. Now to get that clean feeling from do to mi and nothing in between, let's get rid of that space. So we're going to go straight from do to mi and then back to do. Here we go. Do, mi, do. Nice. As long as you're still hearing re in your head, you can be sure that you're hitting mi correctly. Also on the way back down, if you want a little tip, mi to do, mi, do. If you listen to it carefully, mi, do. Kind of sounds like a doorbell. Mi, do, ding, dong. You can check yourself, see if it sounds the same. Do, mi, do, ding, dong. Alright, let's move our way up to fa. Do, re, mi, fa. Nice, sing fa a couple times. Fa, 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 fa. Good. If you're feeling adventurous, we can skip from do straight to fa. Let's try it. Do, fa, do. Should feel a little bit higher than mi. If you want, what you can do to practice that and get used to it, because it is kind of a big jump, you're skipping 2 notes here. You can do the same thing we did to learn do to mi. At first, re and mi should be almost silent. Then go back and practice it with re and mi completely silent and just in your head. Then the last time, try that do to fa to do. Do to fa is a pretty big leap. While it does sound impressive, the larger the leap you take, the less natural your melody will sound. So when composing your first melodies, let's try to avoid big leaps and lots of repeated notes, unless you're ready to explore the unnatural. Next, let's step to sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, 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 sol. Alright, sol should feel nice to sing. Let's sing up to sol and then back down, walking up and down those stairs. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Nice. Alright, let's try a double jump, kind of like in checkers. Let's go from do to mi, skipping over that re, and then from mi to sol, skipping over fa. Let's first try this again with our easy learn method. Let's kind of mute re and fa to where they're almost silent. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, and back down. Sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now just hear it in your head. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Let's get rid of those spaces. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Let's try to get rid of mi too. Do, sol, do. Nice job. Again, if you need more work on that, just keep applying that method until you can hear it in your mind. As long as you can hear it in your mind, you can sing it out loud. Now let's step to la, our next note after sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and back down. La, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Let's try this one quickly. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Nice. Alright, let's try skipping from do to mi to sol, and then stepping to la. That'll sound like a cool pattern. Do, mi, sol, la, sol, mi, do, ah. Kind of sounds like a song already. Next, we're going to step to T, our last note to learn right after la. Let's step up to it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Nice. Now let's do do to mi to sol, sol to ti. Do, mi, sol, ti, sol, mi, do. That's some major leaping, or major 7 leaping, if you get my joke. If you don't, we'll talk about it later. Now you might be wondering about that last do. It's true, we have already learned do, but what makes this do different from the first do is that it is exactly 8 notes higher than that do. This note is still called do because the sound is so similar. If you were to play these notes on a piano at the same time, it would be difficult to tell them apart. Let's sing from low do all the way to that high do, 8 notes up. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Nice job. What you just completed was called an octave. An octave, just like octopus or octagon, has to do with the number 8. Octopus has 8 legs, octagon has 8 sides. In an octave, there are 8 notes. 8 notes above the first note is always the same name. If I went from here to here, we end up back at do with 8 notes. If I started on re for some reason and wanted to go up an octave, what always comes after do? Well, this would be re right here if I drew an extra key on my piano. So you always get back to the same name every 8 notes. The reason for that is that every 8 notes, the sound is pretty much the same. The only difference is that this would be an octave higher than this. So it's going to sound like this. Let's sing low do, do, and high do. Do. To get that octave leap that we just did, a pretty big jump, you can practice do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, and use our same method from before. Start taking out note by note, singing it in your head, and singing. Congratulations! You just learned an entire octave in one lesson. Be sure to go back and watch the lessons again on another day before we get to class to familiarize yourself with the language of solfege. When we get to class, we'll head outside and draw our own chalk pianos, just like this one here. We'll sing and play our pianos, and we'll use the Piano iPad app to play your own composed melodies. Thanks for watching. Make sure to turn in your notes on this video when we enter class, and make this week a musical one. See you soon.